Hey guys, welcome to some videos on Avius here. This is the first set of tutorials, sort of information videos on my server Avius that I've put in a playlist to hopefully generate some interest for the server and to explain some things for some of you that are still wondering about how some things work on Avius. This first episode will explain what Avius it is and what it is when you first join. As you can see, I've joined here with a starter kit. We have multiple kits in the game, but this starter kit that you get when every player joins gives you half a stack of bread and an adventurer's epitome. The adventurer's epitome in itself is a basic guide. We want to add more information to it. But this basically is a really brief summary of all the information that's in Spawn and on the server. If you want the actual detailed information about all of this stuff, you can find it on the forums. Links down in the description, which will be talked about probably in another portion of the video, and then the rest of Spawn as well. But you'll start spawning in one of our little buildings here. There's a little bit of a path that goes through that teaches you about all the different things of Minecraft. So this playlist will go through, or of Avius rather, this playlist will go through and teach you about each of the different plugins we have, a couple of the rules we have, and how things work on the server. Anyways, Avius is a unique survival server in that we try to make it hardcore without the bandit death, but we want to make it a challenge to survive in the wilderness and have a bunch of plugins such as MCMMO and various other things like World Guard that allow us to have fiefdoms, which will all be talked about at a later time. But it's basically a medieval styled RPG. That whole base is nothing too out of the ordinary that you probably haven't run into before, but with a little bit of a twist here and the ranks that we have on the server. So here's just a basic overview of the server rules. We don't allow cheating or modding of any kind, for example like X-Ray, permanently banned if we catch you doing any of those things like flying. We have a select list of mods that we do allow that's on the server. They're ones that enhance. If they make your experience better, for instance things that like shaders or Matmos or a specific type of minimap, like Ray's minimap, then we will allow that. But things that give you an unfair advantage, like X-ray or PvP enhancers or radars, we don't allow anything of those nature. No spamming in chat, of course. What server doesn't have that? We don't allow cursing or harassment directed at other players. You can't trap players because of the unique aspect of the server where you can't interact with certain blocks until certain parts in the game. We do have to have that in the game to stop people from, for instance, blocking a miner in with a bunch of wood logs or anything like that. Don't be dumb. Just use common sense on the server as you're playing it, and you won't have any problems. No camping. Or harassing it on a PvP scale. We do have PvP. PvP is encouraged, but just not to a harassment or camping level. Nobody likes a camper. No PvP logging. We have if you try and do that, you're not going to be like jailed or anything. You'll just get killed. We have a plugin that does that and will kill you if you log off when you have PvP. We don't abuse glitches. This isn't as relevant anymore. Most of the stuff has been worked out on the last map and in beta, especially last map. There were still a lot of times where experience values might have been wrong, or there might have been where you could use an iron pickaxe on one level of gardener, so you could kind of break the system. We always encourage you to report the glitches. If we find you knew of a glitch and were abusing it or using the glitch without reporting it, you will be punished for that and likely be some sort of banishment from the server, because we have it set up for a specific reason. So we'd appreciate if you would report if any of our system setup have holes in them. Respect PvP areas and protected land. That means if it's no PvP area, there's ways to get around killing people and ways to get around destroying land that has protections on it from World Guard. It's very tricky to do, but you can't abuse the system, and if you are caught doing that, you will be immediately punished for doing any of those things. And our last thing on here is please be patient with the mods. We have a unique mod on here, which we'll probably have a video to show to explain how mods play the game, because we get a lot of questions about how we get certain features and whatnot. So that'll be in a separate video in itself. But just do note that we do play the server, and then we also do mods. So so we're just a player like you, so we're not always doing moderator stuff. And then we also, of course, do have lives. And a couple things on the server do revolve around needing a mod to progress further in the game. And again, that'll also be talked about later. So here is spawn that you see around me. It's an old, overgrown, abandoned area here in a swamp. Now there's different stations that go along the swamp here that explain different aspects of the server. There'll be different videos as you go along in this playlist. It'll explain each of these in more in-depth or in a different manner than, reading them from a sign does. But that's it for this episode. We give you a quick overview of the server and our basic rules. Next, we'll talk about picking ranks, and then we'll have a quick overview of the 3 basic ranks in itself. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this playlist. See ya!